oh boy, it has really gotten down to crunch time now, folks. Welcome to Chase Race number 9 in Season 5 of the Oreo Truck Series. We are here at the High Banks 4-wide racing mecca of motorsports next to Daytona, Talladega Superspeedway, for what's sure to be an exciting truck series event here. This is basically now the make it or break it mark. The drivers here that are going to make it today are going to be the ones that are going to battle it out for the championship in our season finale next week at Zen Joltis. This is the last opportunity to set the stage for whatever's going to go down at Zen Joltis and determining who is going to be our Season 5 Oreo Truck Series champion. Right now, the points are a little bit spread out after a wild race last week at Iowa Speedway. We'll see if maybe Talladega, as usual, will bunch this field back up and make it be maybe a 5, 6, 7 driver fight for the championship next week at Zen Joltis. But another thing we know about Talladega is that you can never predict it. So we have no idea what kind of a layout Talladega is going to bring to the table and present us with in the season finale. On the pole for today's race, I forgot to mention too, this is the Fred's Super $2.50 presented by Coca-Cola. On the pole is going to be Austin LaPlante in the 16. Great job by him putting himself on the pole for this race, as he's a rookie this season. He came in mid-season driving at 16. Alongside of him, that's going to be Felix Harris in the 78, also a rookie this season, 15th in points, 3rd out of the non-chasers in the standings, and he's had a really good season. He's trying still to pick up that first win. If he can do it today here at Talladega, that could be really big for him on his resume. Making up row number 2, that's going to be 2 rides that Junior actually drove, amazingly enough. That's Richard Johnson in the 8, who's actually worked his way all the way up to 21st in the point standings after he was down somewhere around between 35th and 40th place for a majority of the season. He's done a great job. One driver who has really been stuck in that area, 35th to 40th, is the guy who's starting alongside, and that's Barney Ward, just trying to finish out this season. It's been a horrible, horrible Truck Series season for that 88 team. And then rounding out the top 5, Maggie Vaidarovu, who is trying to become the first 4-time winner in the Truck Series. We already know that John Cittadino has become the first driver in NNSCRA history to win 4 races in a single season. Maggie Vaidarovu, however, trying to be the first one to do it here in the Trucks, as she's going to line up in 5th. She comes in 37th in points, but with 3 wins, that ties her with Poteet and Galligan for the most so far this season. This is the way the points look like coming into today's race. Sean Galligan took the points lead from Dylan Poteet after last week at Iowa. He comes in with a 5-point advantage over Chris Dollerton. Then you got to go back 18 points before you get to Dylan Poteet in 3rd, and then 38 points back to Christopher Martin, and then it is 43 points. Am I right? No, I'm wrong. It is 45 points back to Alex Tanker, who is 5th in the points. So you can see it is a long, long distance between 1st and 5th. What we're hoping Talladega might do, and we don't know if it will or not, but we're hoping it may bring the points just a little bit closer heading into the season finale. Time to get these trucks rolling off, though. We got a 29-lap event on hand here today. It's the make it or break it point for these drivers to either put themselves back in the championship hunt or keep themselves in the championship hunt heading into next week at Zen Joltis. Here comes your starting lineup for our next to last Truck Series race of the season. NNSCRA. This is the first of a 1-2 punch to finish out this season. Talladega, then Zen Joltis. And we're here at, of course, the Talladega revamped 2010 version. That, of course, is, in my opinion, one of the best Talladega tracks. They can race 4 wide here, keep it together. We're going to see if we're going to see any 4 wide racing action here today. 29 laps, going to be quite a while here. These drivers will be on the racetrack, so they're going to have to not only think about this green flag start, but even up to the middle and the end of this race already. As here we go. We're going to lead them down here to the green flag. There it is in the flagman's hand. We are underway, and already they're going 3 wide. Jacob Cook going to look up there and take a nice look at our gopher cam here, heading into turn number 1. As Austin LaPlante's going to be the leader underneath Felix Harris. Richard Johnson right there. Big thing here today, the draft. It's been a while since these drivers have had to work in the draft and figure out who they're going to work with as a partner here. Last time we ended up doing this was all the way back at Daytona. So these guys got to get themselves back in shape as far as that's concerned. They're going to go 4 wide there. Dylan Young, Alex Tanker rubbing doors literally there, but they're going to keep it together, getting sandwiched there by 2 Hendrick Motorsports drivers. Emilio Navrat on the inside, Barney Ward on the extreme high side, and look at him, 4x4x4 back there. Henley nearly making contact with Alex Tanker. Poteet nearly making contact with Sean Galligan as they're going to race it to the line. First lap of the day is going to be led by, I believe it was Austin LaPlante, by a splitter, but here comes Emilio Navrat. He will come down to the inside line looking for the lead. They're still 4x4 behind him. Look at them there. McCurry's in a hornet's nest there. Trapped between Dylan Young and Maggie Vidarvu. He's boxed in, nowhere he can go. And here comes Chris Dullerton. You see the light blue car there on the high side. That is the third, or the guy who comes in second in points behind Sean Galligan. And oh, there goes Dylan Poteet in the wall with Margaret Mason. Alex Tanker's gotten a piece of it as well. Someone else has just spun. That might have been Mason Wood in the 4. Caution is out. Jake Rogers, Nick Eggleston, Jacob Cook, Nicole Williams also involved. We've had our first caution of the day. Ryan Acosta may have been involved. Sean Galligan's got damaged. Oh my goodness, there's no front left on that Blue Deuce. The points leader, the entire hood is gone. The front end is gone. A nice sponsorship there for the CR engine underneath, but oh no. And he has retired. Just like that, in the blink of an eye, the points leader is gone. Oh, look at the smoke coming out of these cars. Dom Capps, Adam Chambers, Nick Eggleston. A lot of damaged cars. Trent Dunn's gotten some piece of that. Barney Ward. Matthew Rodriguez on pit road. There's third in the standings, Dylan Poteet. We know he got a piece of it. Nicole Williams and Jake Rogers as well. There's Ryan Acosta. He was in it. Danica Shirley, Alex Tanker. They may have been involved. John Cittadino, a lot of question marks over some drivers on whether they sustained damage or not. And the leader under the caution flag for the first time today is Charles Jackson in the 29. Drivers may make some pit stops during this. I don't know if they are going to or not. If they do, we'll try and stick here and see what strategy is going to be played out here early in this race. We'll see if there's any indication towards pit road made by the 29 truck. I think they are coming to pit road. But just like that, first and third in the points are involved in a wreck. A big wreck, too. Took place starting in turn 3. Worked its way all the way over to the exit of turn 4. We already know Galligan's retired. Dylan Poteet is damaged on pit road. Alex Tanker, Danica Shirley may have also gotten some damage out of that. 5th and 6th in points. Matthew Rodriguez, 10th in points, was on pit road. Eggleston's done for the day. He was 12th in the standings. So a lot of drivers who were chasers coming into this race really impacted by this first caution. As James McLeod, fuel-only stop. Here comes Charles Jackson. He's going to do fuel-only stop as well, so he will beat James McLeod off pit road. Let's see if he's going to beat the driver who came in second on the pit road. I don't even remember who it was. Colin Welty's leaving his pit stall now. And Charles Jackson is going to be the first off pit road, followed by James McLeod. Then it's Colin Welty, Sky Commons, and I think Anthony McCurry just beat out Austin LaPlante for 5th. And I believe that is indeed the case. I don't know if anybody decided to stay out. Oh, wait a minute. They're saying Rod Houston was first off pit road. So, really lightning fast pit stop for him. He's going to restart as the leader. Jackson then will be second. Third place McLeod. Fourth Welty. Then Sky Commons will be 5th. Then it's McCurry, Austin LaPlante, Tony Blazer, Maggie Vidarvu, and Dylan Young. That's going to be the top 10s. We'll go back to green, but we got to take a look at a replay of our first caution, really a points impactor, no doubt about it, here early on in the Fred Super Dollar 250. Alright, here's a look at a replay. We're taking a look here right in the middle of the pack. Watch the blue hood of Margaret Mason to her left is Dylan Poteet. You can see they're running pretty close to each other there. And they just make contact, and Margaret kind of shoves Poteet up the track. There you see the 18 did get a piece of it in Alex Tanker. Mason Wood's going to get underneath this, but I think he gets clipped. I think that's what starts the second wreck. We'll find out in a moment. There's Kyle Sosnowski involved in the 7. Felix Harris, outside pole sitter. He's in it. Ryan Acosta spins into this. There's Danica. She's going to get a little piece of it there. She actually went down into Trent Dunham. That's how Trent got his damage. Sean Galligan right behind that battle right there, that whole mess. There's another car there on the high side. I can't make out who that is. That might be the... Oh, that's Matthew Rodriguez in the 14. His teammate Jacob Cook there involved. And here's this incident that takes place up here. And I think this was like a follow-up wreck after the initial wreck had taken place. And I think it's going to start between Mason Wood and Alex Tanker. I'm not certain, but I think so. Because watch the... Let's move to the 4. Watch right here. After the 18 gets clipped by Margaret Mason, I think he's going to come down, make some contact right there into Mason Wood. And then Nick Eggleston comes up off the nose of Luke Walker, too. So that really made it even worse. Up the track they go and hard in the outside retaining wall. And then as all these other drivers were getting down low trying to avoid the first wreck, lo and behold, here's another wreck for them to miss. Oh, Danica actually turned Jake Rogers around after contact with Trent Dunham. Nicole Williams gets spun around as well. But where's the hit Galligan takes? That's what I want to know. He's going to avoid Trent Dunham. Oh, I think he's about to maybe make contact with his own teammate. No, he avoids Jake Rogers as Nicole Williams. Boy, Galligan almost. What a valiant effort to keep that car down low and try to avoid, and just couldn't do it. And look at the debris he left back there around Nicole Williams. You can see there. There's the... I think that's one of the quarter panels from the Blue Deuce. Right there, Jake Rogers is about to run over some of that debris from his own teammate. And don't forget, too, the last time we were here at Talladega, it was Sean Galligan who was the winner of that race in a photo finish with Seth Cole. A lot of people picked Galligan to possibly go back-to-back here at Talladega. Apparently that will not be the case, as we've had, I think you could say, at least our first big one take place here, and it was as early as lap 2, and it impacted several drivers running well in the points. Well, we've been given the signal we will go back to green flag racing. It'll be on lap 7 of 29. That should give us a total of 23 laps to go here at Talladega. Barney Ward, Dylan Poteet, Matthew Rodriguez all line up on the inside line at least one lap down to the leaders. I can confirm that right now. Yes, they are all at least one lap down. Out of the race are going to be as follows. Eric Burton is actually a lap down. I don't know what's going on with him. We'll have to find that out. But out of the race are these following cars. Emilio Navarrete, Alex Tanker, Mason Wood, also Kyle Sosnowski, Don Capps, Nick Eggleston, Adam Chambers, Sean Galligan, the points leader, will retire from this race in the 41st position. No doubt about it, I doubt he'll be the points leader after this race is over, and Trent Dunham will retire from this race in the 42nd position. We gave you the top 10 off pit road, so you already know who's going to restart where as far as that's concerned. Let's go further back, show you at least the top 20. It's going to be Richard Johnson 11th, Luke Walker in 12th, 13th Seth Cole, 14th Chris Dollerton, 15th to be Hayden Klein, this John Cittadino, Stephen Pollard the third, Carter Keselowski, Derek Reed, and Christopher Martin the top 20. There's Eric Burton. I don't know how he got trapped a lap down, but there he is. He is going to be a lap down to the leaders. As the green flag comes back out, Rod Houston is going to be out in front. He's trying to go to victory lane for the second time this season. It's been a long, long time since he's been to victory lane. That was all the way back at Bristol. Since then, Rod Houston currently 24th in the point standings and would love to be able to pick up a second win here in his rookie season. Word is that he will not be returning to that 15 ride next season, so he would love to be able to cap off his career here in the Oreo Truck Series, being a two-time winner. As Matthew Rodriguez, Barney Ward, those are two lap cars, and they're shoving each other. Get off each other, guys, you're lap cars. Good grief. And one good thing here that I'm noticing, especially for that guy right there, Dylan Poteet, is the fact that he is still up to speed. Now, what he's got to do is he's got to get around Rod Houston, then hope for a caution flag to come out so he can be back on the tail end of the lead lap. Keep in mind, with Galligan out of the race, it's a big opportunity for drivers like Chris Dollerton, Dylan Poteet, and Christopher Martin even to be able to do something. and run down the Blue Deuce for the points lead, make it a real good fight heading into Zen Joltis as Rod Houston continues to lead, but for how long? Here comes Dylan Young looking down low. Seth Cole, who finished runner-up to Sean Galligan in our last Talladega race. He's going to be right there on the inside line too. Here he comes, bringing Chris Dollerton along with him, but Dollerton's not going to be able to capitalize. Here comes Hayden Klein, our winner from last week at Iowa. Hayden Klein now a two-time winner. And Hayden Klein, Richard Johnson's diving for pit road. So is Maggie Darbo and John Citadino. So some drivers are making some green flag pit stops already. But going back to Hayden Klein, in the last 5 weeks, Hayden Klein's had 2 victories. So he's been on a hot streak. He may be able to go for his 3rd win here today at Talladega. Let's jump back and see what other drivers made pit stops. Derek Reed in the 6 is on pit road. He's got some damage on his car. I don't know if maybe that was running into the back of somebody coming onto pit road or not. Bob Jones also on pit road. See if anybody's going to pit this time around. Seth Cole, Hayden Klein side by side for the lead. Colin Welty there to the inside of Seth Cole now for 2nd as Hayden Klein's going to take the lead, but is anybody going to make an indication to pit road this time? Nope. A lot of drivers kind of faking out that they were going to go down there, but that's not going to be the case. Rod Houston now going to go down to the bottom. And he will try and take the lead back again. Well, we got these slower cars here. Maggie Darbo and Derek Reed returning to the track, but fortunately they are not going to learn what they are, not going to practice what they learned at the Kevin LePage Racing School. Hopefully they never attended there. Hopefully there's no such place. As Rod Houston continues to lead, here comes Stephen Pollard III down to the inside line. Stephen Pollard III, a former winner of the season, won all the way back at the Tricky Triangle at Pocono. And he's trying to pick up his 2nd win of the season. He's pretty much been eliminated from winning the championship, but it's been a great rookie season for that 99. Looks like he's going to try and lead a lap here. He's going to be side by side with Rod Houston doing so, and Richard Johnson's just ahead of these guys, and oh no, no, no! They're going to have to split him, and Stephen Pollard's going to go to the middle, and I think that's going to hold him up. I don't think that's a good idea. Oh! Scott Commons! He gets into Richard Johnson! Save it! Oh my word, that 8 truck was completely slideways through turn 1 after he had contact with Sky Commons, and how we did not have a caution take out that entire field, I do not know. Good grief, that was close. Man, I wish we had a heart monitor on the Richard Johnson machine right now, because his heart has got to be pumping 100 miles per hour. He nearly got turned right in front of the entire field. And that could have really been bad for a lot of drivers as they're 3 wide again for the lead. Here comes the pole sitter back to the bottom, Austin LaPlante. And he's going to lead yet another lap. We're on lap 12 of 29 already. This has really gone by quickly so far. Only had 1 caution flag. It involved the points leader, Sean Galligan. And speaking of that, why don't we look back and see what these other drivers who are trying to run him down for the points lead, how they're doing so far here in this race. Let's check back first with Chris Dollerton, who is 2nd in points. He currently was scored 8th last time by, but he's lost a few positions since then, so he'll probably be scored somewhere around the 12th to 15th position when we get back around here. There is Dylan Poteet, 3rd in points, just up ahead. There he is. He is a lap down in 26th place right now. He's really hoping that these pit stops maybe could cycle around. He could get back on the tail end of the lead lap. And how about Christopher Martin? He's kind of like the last guy who really has an opportunity right now. And there he is. He's working his way up on the inside, currently in the 16th position right now for the 48. As Eric Burton, who is a lap down car, is going to go to the inside. That's not a battle for the lead. It's a battle to get back on the tail end of the lead lap. This is actually the battle for the lead between Luke Walker, Hayden Klein, and Anthony McCrory. We're going to let Eric Burton go on his merry way. Oh, no, no, they're bouncing off each other again. Burton, don't retaliate. Oh, no. They're 4 by 4 by 4 by 4. They're 4 rows deep of 4 wide racing, and they're still keeping it together, but boy, they are getting awfully close. They are bouncing off each other, and how they're keeping it green, I don't know. As here comes Chris Dollerton, here comes Carter Keselowski. They're going to make it 3 wide underneath Hayden Klein, and here comes Christopher Martin, right down to the bottom. He's trying to maybe pick up his 3rd win of the season. As he's going to go now looking to the bottom of the 59 of Carter Keselowski. Seth Cole still looming there, and how about Danica Shirley? We know that she had some damage after she made contact with Trent Dunham there under that big one. Back up inside the top 10 in the 8th position right now is that 3 truck. Now she's 6th in points, came into today's race a total total of 57 points back. I don't really know. It really will depend on where the rest of these other drivers finish, but there is a slight possibility Danica could be a sleeper in all of this, if indeed she's within points range when we head to Zen Joltis. As we saw one driver dive off the pit road. Seth Cole's going to lead a lap here, and it was Barney Ward. He was a lap down car, so seeing him making a pit stop there. And here comes the 42 of Colin Welty to the inside. He's going to go to the front. A little help there from Danica Shirley in the 3. Few drivers here who really have some pretty good numbers here at Talladega Superspeedway that we haven't talked about. We already talked about Seth Cole, but how about the guy who actually... Oh, well, forget that! Luke Walker, Dylan Young just got into the wall. Did they save it, though? No, they didn't. Tony Blazer's involved. Last week's winner, Hayden Klein, is in it. And Christopher Martin may have gotten a piece of it as well, along with the pole sitter, Austin LaPlante, John Cittadino as well. And the second time today the caution comes out, Felix Harris, I believe, could have been a party to that as well. Tony Blazer's car is caught on the apron. That little apex there where the apron of the track meet. He cannot get going, and Seth Cole's going to be the leader under our second caution here on lap number 15. We're now on lap 16. Let's look back at a replay of what happened. Caution flag coming back out here after a nice long green flag run. Well, this contact going to begin between Dylan Young and last week's winner from Iowa, Hayden Klein. Almost exactly what we saw happen with Margaret Mason and Dylan Poteet. Dylan Young may have gotten a little bit of help, too. A little shove, maybe, from the 29 of Charles Jackson. I don't know. But Luke Walker, absolutely nowhere to go. He gets crunched up in between Dylan Young's machine and the outside wall. Same deal for Christopher Martin. There you see Tony Blazer come down to Austin LaPlante. They go down to Cittadino and Richard Johnson. And around they all go. Probably out of all of them, the one who sustained the worst damage out of all that was the 76 of Tony Blazer. Cittadino and LaPlante, Richard Johnson, they were able to all drive away. Same for Christopher Martin. And remember, we were talking about Christopher Martin, fourth in points. A big opportunity here to maybe get himself back in the title hunt as he came into this race a total of 38 points back. But unless something happens here where he's able to get that car really repaired well and be up there to contend for the win here in the closing stages, he maybe have just been eliminated mathematically from competing for the championship as well. As the caution waves for the second time today. It's for about a 7 to 8 car incident in the turn 3 area. Let's head back to green. We're getting ready to go back to green flag racing, and some strategy being played out here by a few drivers. Carter Keselowski, Seth Cole, and Anthony McCurry all dove for pit road when the indication of 1 to go was given. Also, the lap car of Matthew Rodriguez came to pit road too. So we'll have to keep an eye on Seth Cole, Carter Keselowski, and Anthony McCurry, see if that strategy is going to work out for them, if in case we go into a long green flag run. Ryan Acosta, I believe, is going to restart on the tail end of the lead lap. That is indeed the case. Same for Barney Ward. They are scored currently, I believe, in 17th and 18th place. The leader is going to be Colin Welty. Dylan Poteet's a lap down in 19th. And Charles Jackson is second. Third place is going to be Sky Commons. Fourth place is Rod Houston. Chris Dollerton in fifth. Then it's James McLeod, Jake Rogers, Danica Shirley, Margaret Mason, and Stephen Pollard III. That's the top 10. A lot of drivers that are at least one lap down caught in this pack, including Dylan Poteet, John Cittadino there. I think Bob Jones is back there too, so these leaders are going to have to try and work their way around. Here's Colin Welty going to work now on Barney Ward. He went to the high side. So did Charles Jackson, though, so maybe those two lead lap cars will be able to get around these 3 lap cars, and they are doing it too. They are making hay on the high side, and they were able to put Ryan Acosta and Barney Ward a lap down again. So nice strategy there by the 42 to go to the high side. Instinctually, most drivers try and pass the lap cars on the low side, but with the help of second place Charles Jackson, the 42 and the 29 did a very good job getting around Ryan Acosta, Barney Ward, and Dylan Poteet, who are still battling back there. Poteet actually probably pretty frustrated. He was caught up behind both Barney Ward and Ryan Acosta, and we know that Poteet's up to speed. So he had an opportunity to maybe get himself back on the tail of the lead lap. Now he has to try and run down both the 29 and the 42, who are actually battling for the lead now. Charles Jackson going to go down to the bottom, looking for the top spot off of Colin Welty. Right now, New points leader as things run is currently running in the 4th position, and that is Chris Dollerton. So he's got James McLeod right behind him, and McLeod's not going to stick him in the middle of a 4-wide situation. Dollerton nearly bouncing off of Rod Houston's machine heading into turn 3 there, and we've seen what that's brought about. 2 cautions taking place in that area based on that very same kind of thing happening. But Chris Dollerton right now, very consistent run inside the top 5 at the moment. And we see just ahead of him Dylan Poteet, the hardships he's had being caught a lap down. He's 3rd in points behind Chris Dollerton, and Sean Galligan retiring in 41st. That has given the points lead over to Chris Dollerton. So Dollerton, I guess right now the strategy for him is just to survive. And he would definitely be the Truck Series points leader heading into Zen Joltis. Chris Dollerton in his 2nd Truck Series chase for the championship as the battle's on for the lead here. James McLeod going to take a turn at the front as he will bypass Charles Jackson. Colin Welty coming here along with Chris Dollerton and Danica Shirley. Now Danica Shirley, I think now would take over the spot that Christopher Martin had just a few laps ago as the final driver to maybe get into the championship picture by the skin of her teeth, because we know that Alex Tanker's retired from the race. Christopher Martin has... Christopher. Oh, he's taken his car behind the wall. So, right now, 6th in the points, Danica Shirley is basically the last hope driver, possibly, based on where everybody is running right now. However, with the way that Chris Dollerton has been able to stay at the front, that may not actually work out in Danica's favor, as here comes Carter Keselowski to the inside with Seth Cole 3 wide. And I'm going to go back to what I was saying before that wreck took place. We talked about Seth Cole having a good run at Talladega last time out, finishing runner-up to Sean Galligan, but there's another driver who's actually running up in this field that actually finished well. He finished 3rd, making it a 1-3 finish for Penske Racing at Talladega, and that's that driver right there, Jake Rogers, the Season 1 Oreo Truck Series champion. I'm sorry, Season 2 Truck Series champion. I forgot that Season 1 was actually Robert Bann. But Jake Rogers, he's looming large here in 11th position. Don't count him out to try and make it a Penske sweep at Talladega this season. He's got Mark Mason right behind him. Back up to the front, though. How about Dylan Young? Where's he running right now? He's in the 12th position. That car actually, that truck looks pretty doggone good, even though we know he was involved in that wreck that put us under the 2nd caution. He still looks like he could be a contender for this win as well. Welcome back. Sorry for that little break there in the action. Didn't miss a whole lot, though. A few drivers have been taking turns at the front, including Anthony McCurry, Charles Jackson, and Carter Keselowski. Colin Welty currently now out in front with 1.5 laps to go. Sky Commons not going to make the slide job on him. Sky Commons, a driver we haven't talked about all day long, I don't think. A winner from Atlanta a long time ago, trying to pick up his 2nd win of the season, and wait a minute, is he coming for pit road? It looks like he's making the indication for pit road. Yes, he is. In the final lap, Sky Commons cannot make it. And that's a tough break for him as we move up here to the white flag. And it's going to be Chris Dollerton on the inside, Colin Welty on the outside. White flag in the air, 1 to go. Chris Dollerton, remember, he's our live points leader. Just how important would those extra 5 bonus points for winning his 3rd race of the season be for the driver of the 83 heading into the season finale? Lap cars up ahead, never mind, will not encounter them. They are at least a full back straightaway ahead. As Dollerton leads 3 wide between Keselowski, Colin Welty, and Anthony McCurry. Keselowski gets a good run to turn 3. He's going to go to the inside of Chris Dollerton for the lead. He made that move all by himself. And James McLeod's got for the drafting help. Out of turn 4 for the final time. Into the tri-oval they come. Carter Keselowski on the inside. Outside line is going to be Chris Dollerton at the line. Give it to the rookie. Carter Keselowski by half a car length. Wins the Fred Super Dollar 250 presented by Coca-Cola at Talladega Superspeedway. Perfectly timed pass, and how he made that move to the inside of Dollerton all by himself, I don't know. He didn't recruit James McLeod as a drafting partner until they were just about in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Carter Keselowski made that move on Colin Welty, Anthony McCurry, and Chris Dollerton, picking up 3 spots down the back straightaway and into turn 3 all by himself without a drafting partner. That's how strong his truck was and how well he knew how to use the aerodynamics that are here at Talladega. Wow, and it looks like he's going to stay out for a very well-deserved victory lap. This capacity crowd on the front straightaway, not a seat is full. Everyone on their feet applauding for Carter Keselowski on an incredible photo finish there. I think it was officially about half a truck length he beat Chris Dalton by. Dalton was trying to battle back on the high side, nearly did, but just didn't have enough time, not enough room on the long front straightaway. Well, it's Carter Keselowski makes his victory lap around Talladega Superspeedway's high banks. Why don't we show you your official top 10 results? Carter Keselowski with the win. Chris Dalton, the current points leader and new points leader atop the standings, will finish in second place. If first isn't good enough, second's certainly going to be just as good, I guess. And I do not know, I cannot, off the top of my head right now, figure out how much of a points lead Chris Dalton will have heading into next week at Talladega, where it just finished Talladega. We'll have at Zen Joltis, whether it be over Sean Galligan or Dylan Poteet, depending on who will be second in points, but I do know it is certainly going to help him to try and maybe win the championship next week at Zen Joltis. We'll find all that out at the end of this video, as well as I will illuminate quite a bit on it during the pre-race ceremonies at Zen Joltis. James McLeod, great run for him in third place. He might have actually taken the win if there had been one extra lap for him to be able to work with. Anthony McCurry has taken a few turns at the front. He's going to finish the day in the fourth position. Jake Rogers, second time we visited Talladega here in the Truck Series. Second time he comes away with a top 5. Third place first time, fifth place here today. Dylan Young, great run for him in sixth place after we saw him spin around in that second big one. He'll salvage a sixth place finish. Colin Welty, Charles Jackson, Rod Houston all took turns at the front. They'll finish 7th, 8th, and 9th. And Danica Shirley, great run for her. Great recovery run as well in the 10th position. We know she got a piece of, I believe, was the first big one when she and Trent Dunham made their contact. Let's find out where the rest of the chasers finished today's race. Stephen Pollard III, great run for him in 11th place. Then you got Matthew Rodriguez a lap down in 21st. Dylan Poteet a lap down in 22nd. Further down, Luke Walker, he DNF'd in 29th, just ahead of him. 26th out of the race was Christopher Martin, nearly missed him. Alex Tanker, 35th out of the race, along with Kyle Sosnowski in 37th. 39th was Nick Eggleston. And the big story today, didn't take long for the big story to erupt. Sean Galligan, who came in as the points leader, DNF'd and finished today's race in the 41st position. So, now a few questions heading into next week at Zen Joltis. How big will the points lead be Chris Dalton will have? Who's in second place? Will it be Dylan Poteet or will it be Sean Galligan? And who is still mathematically eligible to win the championship? Will it be Dalton, Galligan, and Poteet? Or will few drivers who got some pretty good runs here today peep themselves back in by the skin of their teeth into the championship picture and maybe pull off a major upset next week at Zen Joltis? All that's going to be found out. But we got to finish up our Talladega race weekend first. Mobile and Snickers Cup Series action coming your way to set the stages for both of those season finales taking place at Zen Joltis as well. Hope you will tune in for those. Congratulations to Carter Keselowski on his victory here today, his first career NNSCRA Oreo Truck Series victory. Be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed today's race. Subscribe to become part of the crew today. And here comes your official finishing results, overall points, rookie points, and your ever-important chase points heading into what will be our final Truck Series race of Season 5. You've been watching a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.